Hi everyone, it's Megan from I'm a Mom Too. So I watch a lot of YouTubers actually, and one of the tags that's been going around is called the Mommy Scenario tag. And I saw a couple of them from YouTubers that I watch frequently and went, it's a nice tag, but it really doesn't apply, for lack of a better term, to my family. Um, I have 9-year-old twins, boy girl twins, and my son has autism and intellectual disability. My daughter has anxiety disorder. I also have a 20-year-old stepdaughter who actually lives with her mother but is off at university right now. And she has Asperger's and misophonia. So there's a lot of paperwork in our world and we do things very differently. So this mommy scenario tag was a little strange for me and a little awe-inspiring too, because I'm like, really? People do stuff like that? Like, you can actually eat dinner, all of you, the same dinner? That's strange. So I watched a couple of them and I was kind of weird in my world. So I didn't really think anything of it, but a lot of my likers from my blog and also my Facebook page have been asking me to vlog, and I didn't really know how to start. But then I saw a YouTuber that I watch frequently called Molly, Mommy of Three Boys, and she has a child with autism as well. And I saw how she dealt with this mommy scenario tag, and I messaged her saying, thank you so much for actually presenting what is, considered to be my norm in my family. It's nice to see it, and that I've been thinking of doing it, and this tag kind of is one that is rubbing me some way, that maybe this should be my first tag. So she's like, go for it. So I'm gonna blame her. We've never met, we don't know each other, but just I think I needed that little bit of encouragement. So I thought I'd start with the mommy scenario tag, and it kind of really, in my mind, demonstrates what's different in our family than most other families. So it's 8 questions. I don't even know who started it, to be honest. I might figure that out and link it down below. But it's 8 questions of different scenarios that us moms go through. So number 1 is your kid is refusing to eat dinner. Do you stand your ground and demand they eat what you made or make something else? Sorry, the questions are over there. That's why I'm looking over there. So in our family, meals are interesting. My son likes really, really spicy food and prefers foods that are in certain shapes um, because of his sensory issues. My daughter can't stand any kind of spice, so everything has to be very, very plain for her. So I primarily make our meals with that in mind. I really don't make meals or like school lunches or dinner or breakfast or whatever. I make it based off of what they will eat. It's such a constant battle for certain things that let them just eat what they will eat instead of doing that battle every single day. Do I wish that they had a bigger repertoire of what they'll eat for meals? Yes, I do. But at the end of the day, they're healthy, they're doing well. It just kind of, I'm not going to fight this one. So they just, we just kind of move ahead with dinner. It's just what they're going to eat. A standard meal means that I have to make 3 different types of that meal. It's my norm. It doesn't matter anymore. Your kid has a meltdown at the store. Sorry, number 2, your kid has a meltdown at the store. Nothing is working to calm them. Do you leave and come back another time or grit your teeth and finish shopping? This is one of the questions is kind of interesting for me. I think in the question itself, they're actually referring to a tantrum. A tantrum is just different. A tantrum, the child has full control over and just is not doing something because they don't want to do it. In the autism community, a meltdown is something that's totally different. A meltdown is when they're completely overstimulated by the environment around them, and there is no way to stop this. The only thing that you can do during a meltdown as a parent is support your child and make sure that they're safe, make sure the people around them are safe, and that, everybody can kind of get through it as quickly as possible. Thankfully, knock on wood, my son actually doesn't have many more meltdowns anymore. He's really good he's learned how to self-soothe through a lot of things. So we don't see the meltdowns very often, like maybe once a year now, whereas it used to be almost daily. So, but he also is able to verbally communicate what he wants now to an extent. So that helps a lot. So going back to the question, if your kid has a meltdown at a store, I think they actually mean a tantrum. My kids really don't do tantrums. They know what's expected of them. They can try to have a tantrum, but they also know that I won't accept it. So, and plus with them being in school, I do most of my shopping while they're at school. Number 3, your kid has too many toys for their birthday. Do you make some returns or save them for a rainy day? Well, quickly, I don't do returns. I mean, that's mean. They've opened the present. They know what they got for their birthday. Why would I return it? But also, my kids are twins. So it's birthday times 2 for everything. So I make sure that I declutter out their toys before the birthday party itself so that there's some space to actually put toys back. This past birthday, earlier this year, when grandparents asked, what do we get for the kids? I don't know what to get for the kids. I actually asked them what their budget was, and I asked for an experience. My daughter had seen commercials on TV about Dinosaur Zoo play that was being put on by Mirvish in Toronto. And I asked for tickets for the kids and my stepdaughter and I to go to for the day. And it was a whole day out. We went to Starbucks afterwards and Chapters and lunch and all this kind of stuff so that we had a day together before my stepdaughter also went off for university. So it was really special to me. I hope it was as special to them, but it was really special to me. It was my birthday present, but it wasn't actually. But then there was nothing to tidy up and declutter and find space on the bookshelf for afterwards. It was just this amazing day with great memories. Number 4, your kid is protesting sleep. Do you give in at 3 a.m., get them up and turn on a movie, or continue to rock them, nurse them back to sleep? Well, quickly, nursing hasn't happened in 8 years. I breastfed my kids for a year after they were born, and everything shut off since then. And with autism, there are always issues with sleep. My son's getting better now since I introduced melatonin, and that helps him get to sleep, and then the weighted blanket helps him stay asleep. There are still nights, near the full moon, usually day before, day of, and day after the full moon, where sleep is not happening. I mean, he'll go to sleep because the melatonin puts him to sleep, but the rest of the night it won't happen. I've come to accept that. I know that routine, that's fine. But my own internal rule is if he's awake before 2:30, 3 o'clock, I will give him another dose of melatonin because there's enough time for that melatonin to make it through his system and still be able to get up in the morning and get off to school without any problems. If it's 3 o'clock or after, I just get up with him. There's no point trying to being frustrated for 3 hours trying to get him back to sleep. I'll set him up on his iPad, or I'll throw a movie in, lie down on the couch, have cuddles. Maybe he'll fall back asleep with me. I don't know. But we just kind of play it by ear then, and I just, hope I can get a nap in before they come back from school that next day. So number 5, you have an appointment and no babysitter. Do you bring them with you or reschedule? It really depends on what kind of appointment it is. If I'm meeting with somebody about their child with special needs, then no, I just have to call them and cancel. Because I don't want to be trying to help this family but still having my focus on my children. But if it's, you know, a doctor's appointment where I can just run in, do the appointment and run out, no big deal. If it was a girl doctor appointment, probably not. I would have to reschedule that or see if I can get one of my friends to watch the kids for a little bit for me to go. It's a little easier to get care for my daughter than it is to get, you know, emergency care for my son. But it really is a case by case situation there. Number 6, you have 20 minutes until unexpected company arrives. Do you rush to clean up your messy house or just figure, hey, it's okay, I've got kids? Really, everybody in our world that just stops by here expects either absolute chaos, because depending on the day that we're having, or, you know, I have kids. I try to clean up throughout the day. We try to keep tidied up, but I'm not going to go and stop an activity that we're working on just to clean up when we're having fun. Like, you know, if my parents were coming over unexpectedly, then yeah, I'd probably go through and just get the toys up off the floor. But sometimes there are so many half projects that are around that, I don't know. Really, I don't care. Like, if you're coming into our space, you need to expect that this is the way it is. I will sometimes try to clean up the kitchen counter or something if I haven't been keeping up with loading the dishwasher all day. And that's primarily just so that it's easier for me to make a cup of tea for whoever's coming. But I really don't stress about it too much. Number 7, you're running late and only have time to do your hair or makeup. Which do you choose? Well, this one's easy. Considering I don't wear makeup, I haven't worn makeup. I gave up on makeup. I'll just run a brush through my hair and leave. Like, I don't fuss about makeup. I think the last time I wore it was maybe 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. Maybe shortly after the kids were born, but that's it. So that's an easy question. So the 8th and final question, you're at the park and another child pushes yours. Do you intervene and correct them or go find the child's parent? It really depends on the situation, but at the park, I'm actually more concerned about my son trying to push his way down the slide or something and not waiting his turn because he just doesn't understand those social situations. So I try to just kind of pay attention to what he's doing. There have been instances when another child is pushing, you know, their way around or whatever. My daughter's really, really good at being able to speak her mind and tell people what's going on, and stand up for herself. But she will come and get me if she needs the extra support. If it gets to the stage where I feel that I need to let the parent know, then I'll try to make eye contact with them and kind of do the, you know, your kid's doing stuff here. And if they don't get it, then I'll go and say, like, we're having a bit of an issue. Can you come help? Like, but I'll also tell the child, like, you know, you need to wait. You need to wait your turn. You need to, you know, have your manners, that kind of thing. Like, it's not a big deal to me to nicely correct another child, because I would expect the exact same thing for my children. So there's my mommy scenario tag. And we're supposed to tag other people. So most of the people that I would tag have already done it. So I'm actually going to tag anybody who's been thinking of doing it, or anybody who's been thinking of starting a YouTube channel. I think this is a great one to start to get to know your family, you and your family. So I tag all of you to do it. Okay, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.